And welcome one, welcome all to the greatest show on earth. Okay, maybe it's not the greatest show on earth, but that reminds me of the circus. Me recuerda a. Cuidado porque he oído muchos alumnos decir, it reminds me too. So let's clear this up. Apuntad, write this down. It reminds me of is me recuerda a. And remind me too is recuérdame que haga tal cosa, okay? So guys, remember that, recuérdate. That remind con to es recuerda a alguien que haga algo. So remind me to do the pop quiz. Recuérdame que haga el examen sorpresa, right? Remind me to es la estructura. But something reminds you of something, te recuerda a algo. So I've heard a lot of students mix up those two structures. Make sure you guys write them down and you know the difference. So this is the greatest show on earth. Why did I say that? Well, I don't really believe it's the greatest show on earth. But if you guys know, many of you who've been listening, speaking of Anix, J.M. Hermosilla for a long time, you'll know that the intro to this show, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, you know where I got that from? I swear to God, I got that from the circus, El Circo. The greatest show on earth, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That was the most famous circus. And then, if you want to go a little bit deeper, profundizar un poco más, then I think back, pienso en el pasado, and my earliest memory, no decimos my earliest remember. Remember es el verbo, ¿no? Hablando de remind and remember. So my earliest memory, eso es recuerdo sustantivo, is going to the circus at Madison Square Garden with my father. I was 3 years old because my sister was just born. She had recently been born, I think like a couple weeks before that. So that was one of my first vivid memories. The circus. So obviously it had an impact on me. And then if you think about it, there are elements of a circus here on the show with no name. Think about that. Well, sometimes it's more of a zoo, un zoo, than a circus, right? But it's a circus because there's a lot of different things going on. There's humor, there's, challenge, death-defying acts. It's a show. It's a show in the end. It's an English class, but it's a show. So that's where I got that from. I ripped it off. Rip off is robárselo. Not really. It's a tribute. In fact, I did it subconsciously. I wasn't even thinking about it when I did it. I said, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. I remember the ringleader. The ringleader is the person who is at the circus saying, ladies and gentlemen, you're, tightrope walkers. Tightrope es una palabra bastante lógica. Tight es apretado and rope es cuerda. Tightrope walkers and clowns and, as I said before, death-defying acts. No sé cómo se dice esto. Que tientan a la muerte, maybe you would say. Death-defying acts, like, all kinds of stunts and things. So the circus has indirectly influenced the show with no name. And I don't know if you guys caught that. Maybe some of you guys caught it. Maybe some of you didn't. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, just to let you guys know, because I know some people tune in to Vaughan Radio and listen to us on the air. Hello, all the Vaughan Radio listeners out there. Some of you tune in via podcast. Hello, podcast listeners. You guys are awesome too. And some of you tune in via Instagram, at least to this show. You can catch this show every day, Monday through Friday, weekdays. And I'll tell you something, it is, I think it's another experience. You can participate, you can, encourage each other, which I see every day. So really cool stuff, my amigos. If you want to join the party, y digo party, es una clase de inglés, it's an English class, but it's a party because we're having fun, porque lo estamos pasando en grande, lo estamos pasando bien. We're having a blast here on the show while we learn. In fact, that's our objective. So, if you're listening on the radio right now, or if you are listening via podcast, I just want to let you know you can tune in via Vaughan's Instagram, el Instagram de Vaughan, which is Grupo underscore Vaughan, grupo guión bajo Vaughan, grupo underscore Vaughan. And while you're at it, mientras estás, ya que estás, while you're at it, pero cuando lo decimos muy rápido, while you're at it, ya que estás, follow me too. It's Alberto underscore Alonso. And in fact, I think now's the perfect time for our daily pop quiz. Examen sorpresa. That's right, our daily pop quiz. Now, I told you guys how this works. It's not a section, but it's a new thing we're doing, right? It's a thing, como se dice. Es una cosa que hacemos. And, well, basically, it's just showing you guys that if you follow Vaughan, if you follow me on social media, it's going to give you an advantage when you listen to Vaughan Radio. Remember, a lot of our materials are connected as well. So, it's time for our pop quiz of today. Now, the way this works, guys, is I posted something this morning. In fact, I post something every morning on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Okay, me lío con todas. Okay, now in Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, then you might know this or you might not know it. Now on Instagram, though, I don't post it. It's in my stories. So if you guys want to, if you'd like to get free content, of course, follow me, follow Vaughan, and then you'll do really well, no, triunfarás, you'll do really well on these daily pop quizzes that I'll be doing here on the show. So this is just a way to review content that I'm sharing or that Vaughan is sharing to make sure you guys are getting it. And so let's see who is following me on Twitter or who is following me on Instagram. I'm going to find out right now. Me voy a enterar ahora mismo. All right, so today I decided to do a post on the San Diego Zoo. Hablando de zoo, we said before, we say zoo. Vamos a pronunciar esta, por favor, juntos. Zoo. The San Diego Zoo. Okay, good. Now, it's a famous zoo. It's probably one of the most famous zoos in the United States. And, well, the city of San Diego was incorporated today. Okay, so I figured it was a perfect day to look at San Diego. And the year is 1769, by the way, for you history buffs, amantes de la historia. 1769, San Diego was incorporated. I've never been to San Diego, but I hear it's one of the most amazing places to live in the United States. Like, quality of life is the best, better than New York, because New York is a great city, but the quality of life is not great. See what I mean? So San Diego is one of those cities that is constantly on these lists of top places to live in the United States. And as we know too, California in general has beautiful scenery and also weather. Well, Northern California doesn't have beautiful weather. Southern California, or SoCal, as they call it. So we're going to San Diego today, and the reason I took you to San Diego and to the zoo was because it was incorporated today in 1769. The city, not the zoo. The zoo came after. All right, so I decided to share some content from my latest book, English on the Go, Aprende Inglés Viajando por el Mundo. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little translation. I shared 8 translations this morning. So, my amigos, are you ready for this one? Let's see who was paying attention. Let's see who's following me on social media. And if you're not, well, now you know. If you want to do well on these pop quiz, I think I'm going to make a jingle. What do you guys think of this? I have an idea for a jingle. It's in my head. I haven't materialized it yet. But yesterday I was thinking of, because I have here in my notes, I have a jingle for pop quiz. ¿No? Cuando te sorprendo con cada día con esta pregunta. And I thought the first thing that popped into my mind, hablando de pop, the first thing that popped into my mind was the Batman song. Pop quiz. You guys like it? I don't know. The first thing, I can make it. Lo hago esta tarde y vemos si os gusta. You guys can veto it if you want. Podéis vetarlo. But I had an idea, and well, that's how everything starts. I was telling my wife this morning over coffee, tomando un café, I said, hey, this pop quiz thing is working pretty good because what we're doing is it's content that I'm sharing that my students who follow me will know. And what are we doing? Well, just making sure you got it and review some of it, or maybe look at some additional content as well. So I thought of pop quiz instead of Batman. Yeah, corny, but that's, hey, what you see is what you get, amigos. Me encanta esta en inglés. Lo que ves es lo que hay. What you see is what you get, you know. Okay, so here it is, guys. Today's pop quiz. It's a translation. Sometimes I'll ask you a vocabulary word, an idiom. This is a translation. Ella es astuta. No, bueno, voy a ponerlo en masculino porque zorra in Spanish, a female fox is an ugly word. So let's put it, de hecho en el libro estaban en varón también. So let's keep it in masculine here, okay? So, él es astuto, como un zorro. Yes, we say the same thing. So, I'm sure a lot of people know how to say zorro, but do you know how to say astuto? Esto es una frase hecha, como en español. So, él es astuto como un zorro. Let's see if my students know it over here. Anix says, I like it. It's funny. The Batman jingle. Well, then, Anix, it's in. If Anix says it's in, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. I gotta say, you're all amazing students, but lately we've had one who has just, every chance she gets, she shines. Brilla cada oportunidad que puede. And that's a fellow student of yours. Give it up for Chris Valrol. Great job. I'm serious. I mean, all of you are doing great. But Chris, man, unbelievable stuff. Chris got it. Elena as well. Estanta Maria got it. Mr. Houses as well. J.M. Hermosilla, no, we would say zorro. We don't say perro. Bueno, a lo mejor yo no he oído el de perro, eh? Leonardo, Born to Iron Man. Lupe, excellent job. Oh, wow. So, I see who's following me and who's not. Those of you who didn't answer, well, if you were following me, you would have known that because I put it in my stories this morning. Every day I'll share content with you guys. And then here on the show, well, I'm going to put you to the test to make sure you're getting it all, okay? Because it's a lot of stuff. I finished editando my weekly podcast. You guys know FYI, si no suscribe, for your inglés. And I finished editing this week's episode, which is on the bikini. Vamos a hablar del bikini esta semana. Mañana sale, every Friday, for your inglés. Subscribe, right? And I think, wait, let me see. So there are 5 pages, and each page has 100 words. So 250 words in this week's podcast that you guys can learn. So there's a lot of, we're throwing a lot, ¿a qué voy? What am I getting at here? We're throwing a lot of stuff at you. Because if you listen to the show with no name, if you listen to FYI, if you listen to No Excuses, which you should, you have no excuses, Fitz, my buddy, my teacher, a mentor of mine, okay, a mentor, somebody who mentors you, and he was my trainer at Vaughan. He taught me the Vaughan method, and he taught me how to use my personality in the Vaughan method. So he didn't want me to be a robot teacher. He said, no, you keep yourself there, you can't, don't take your personality out of it, but also, you have to, it's a strict way of learning. We have to correct every mistake, we have to be strict, but fun, right? And one of the words I love is, a Vaughan teacher will dazzle you, right? To dazzle. So you got the king. Well, the king is Richard. That's every morning. Richard Vaughan Live. Again, also available on podcasts, iTunes, iVox. And then you got Richard Vaughan Live. You got No Excuses. That is 6 hours, including this show, of English every day. Okay? Dana says, which platform is it on? FYI, so Vaughan, all the Vaughan stuff I know is on iVox or iTunes. Okay? I know that for sure. FYI, my self-produced, El Autoproducido, the weekly podcast, that's on iTunes, iVox, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn FM. más también, eh? There's on other ones too. So we are, as Elena said, everywhere, everywhere. So guys, as my friend Fitz says, though, you have no excuses, right? No hay excusas, entonces. Because you've got 6 hours of English daily with 3 teachers that I have to tell you something. I get asked every single day for classes, if people can have classes with me. And I don't have time. I can't produce a podcast, work at Vaughan radio, and there's not enough hours in the day. Remember, I'm a father too, so I have to spend time with my daughter and my family. As you all know, it's all about that balance, because we're always juggling in life, haciendo malabares, right? So, my amigos, you got a lot of stuff, a lot of great content to get you through the week in English. And if you're really making the most of it, I mean, you're going to at least improve your listening, if not your speaking. That's up to you. In no time, no? En un plis plas, just by being exposed to English. And here's another little piece of advice. Be patient. Be patient. I've been learning Spanish for 42 years, and I still make mistakes. I still get frustrated when I can't say something that I can never say. Hay ciertas palabras que pueden conmigo en español. Guess what? C'est la vie. Speak French then. change the French. You know what I mean? This guy has a certain je ne sais quoi. sí que lo decimos en inglés. Un yo no sé qué, algo especial que no puedes exactamente... Right? You can't pinpoint it, localizarlo, to pinpoint something. All right, so guys, that said, there's a little pep talk, una charla motivadora. And as I said, for those of you who are really serious, we have our online course, which is, every day you'll have your class. You're going to do video, audio stuff. You're going to also have tests to make sure you're getting it as well. So that is our Vaughan online course. It's 99 euros. For the year. That's a steal, un chollazo. And if you want classes, because many people, as I said, contact me, they contact Richard, Fitz, and they ask us for classes with us. Now, that's not possible right now, but there are so many amazing teachers that I work with that you guys don't know yet because they don't work on the radio or they don't do videos with my company. But these people, they're the best, the cream of the crop, right? Monet says, it's very hard to be patient. Well, Monet, that's why they say patience is a virtue, right? You're telling me about it? I can be a very impatient person. I know it. I recognize it. And I'm working on it. So I'll tell you what, Monet, let's work on it together. Lo trabajamos juntos. Esa paciencia. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now. Como decimos, Monet, I feel your pain. A mí me cuesta. But I've gotten more patient, And it's not because I say it. People around me have said, Alberto, you seem much more relaxed, more patient. Well, that happens too. As you get older and you mature, you don't stay the same your entire life, right? I hope not. All right. That's kind of boring. That's why we're here learning languages and learning about different things, because we just want to be enriched, enriquecidos. But guys, I like hanging out here on Earth. Me encanta estar aquí en la Tierra. It's a cool place, the beautiful blue marble, la canica azul. But you know what? I want to take it into outer space. I want to go into deep space today. So you guys want to lift off? Vamos a despegar? Okay. You guys want to lift off? All right, well, you know how this works, guys. Hold on to your hats, agarra esos sombreros, because we are going to lift off in 3, 2, 1.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Lift off. Lift off. 30 minutes after the hour.
Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride.
There we go, amigos. Oh, yeah. I'm already feeling that weightlessness. Weight es peso, so weightlessness es la falta de peso, que no pesas nada. Are you guys floating? Are you floating with me? ¿Estás flotando conmigo? All right, well, guys, I just read something here on Twitter. I want to send a shout out to all our listeners on Twitter as well. And someone on Twitter quoted me. Me citó a mí. They quoted me and they said, the person's name is myself. Yo mismo, me encanta. This is not an English class. It's a rocket ship. Se supone que yo dije eso. Well, yeah, is that true? Esto no es una clase de inglés, esto es una nave espacial. So this is not an English class, it's a rocket ship. It's true, it's true. All right, I love it. And sometimes I forget I say these things. You know, I just say it, I'm inspired in a moment there, and somebody's like, I'm going to write that one down. Esa la voy a apuntar. All right, well, guys, the Say What soundbite is our first stop on this intergalactic journey. So here it goes. Say what? That's right, folks. It's time for the Say What soundbite. But really quickly, I forgot. You guys should have reminded me. I forgot to answer the pop quiz because some of you knew it, but some of you didn't know it. So astuto, the word astute works in English. It's a word, astute. But we would say sly more than astute because it's shorter. So we would say he's sly as a fox. Now, técnicamente es as sly as a fox. ¿Qué pasa? Nos comemos el primer as. So he's sly as a fox. He's drunk as a skunk. Tan borracho como una mofeta. No son borrachos, pero como rima. Pero ¿qué pasa? Hay un as técnicamente ahí, pero nos lo comemos. Okay? So just so you know that, some of you put it with as, and some of you put it without. And again, maybe if you're taking a Cambridge exam, they want the as. But when I say it, I won't say the as. Nobody in my country says the first as. Pero las comparaciones son así. Soy tan alto como mi padre. I'm as tall as my father. ¿No? El as tiene que ir ahí. Pero cuando ya es algo que decimos mucho, esa frase hecha, nos comemos ese as. Why? It's a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. No, okay. All right. Hey, I tried. You tell me a joke. All right, so sly as a fox. He's sly as a fox. ¿Ves? Me comí el primer as. En vez de as sly as a fox. He's sly as a fox. Now, this is an interesting one, too. You can remember this. Sylvester Stallone, or as you say, Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, his nickname is Sly. Sly Stallone. Yeah. So, astuto Stallone. Ahí le tienes. Si te acuerdas de él, Sly Stallone is sly as a fox. Astuto. Again, the word astute, like alguien hace una observación, oh, very astute. Pero esto es frase hecha. You don't say astute as a fox. Porque primero, así suena, ¿no? So, sly as a fox is... Remember, things have to roll off your tongue. Some things obviously roll off easier, but a native speaker is always going to take that shortcut if they can. Siempre va a coger ese atajo si es difícil hacer ese sonido. Right? Like, so, for example, instead of, ya sabéis, el ya, en vez de see you, porque tengo que ya, soy vago. I don't want to go you, so I say ya. Y no tengo que abrir, hacer el u. I just go, see ya. Or I talk to him. Notice I talk to him. Yes, I talked to him. Did you talk to him? I talked to him. Who talked to him? Did he talk to them? Oh, I talked to... So, again, a native speaker, a lot of those uncomfortable things, they'll just, same thing in Spanish. Do you say cuñado? I didn't think so. O es cuñado. Cuñado! All right, guys. It's time for our Say What soundbite. Now, I'm going to ask you to hold your observations for the second part of the show, just because we have to go to a commercial break. So I don't want to miss any of your observations. So guys, grab a pen, grab your notebook or a piece of paper, and write down what you hear. It's quite simple. I'm going to play this 4 times, once in each part of the show. This is the first listen. Remember, what is this person saying? And I want your observations, but wait till we come back from our commercial break. All right, here it is, guys.
You don't think? You don't think? I don't think you should be butting in when I'm talking to my team. You're my assistant, okay? You're supposed to back me up and go get me juice boxes when I tell you. Now go get me a juice box.
Here we go. All right. So, all right, well, hold those observations because right now, I can't believe it, but we have already flown through the first part of today's show with no name. Guys, we're going to a quick commercial break, but we'll be back in 2 minutes with tons more, so stick around.